of Waverly Shellrock, as the Hawks come in with a record of 26-10-1 in the 38th game tonight, the 40th game for the Go Hawks of Waverly Shellrock, as they come in with a mark of 32-7. These Class 3A teams battling for another trip to the state tournament for the third time in 5 seasons here, as the Hawks losing the first time. They're hoping the third time is the charm here tonight, Bill Logan.
Well, you take a look at their schedule here, and since we've got on this field here, I believe we're 3-0 on this field. We've not lost a game here. We didn't do so well in Substate when we had played a neutral field at Oldwine. That's kind of where they bit us there a couple times, and they got us 3-2 first game of the year. So Hawks hopefully got a little chip on their shoulder and come out here and play Hawk baseball.
As the Hawks met Waverly Shellrock way back in the first game of the season, losing 3-2 at home at Exide Field. That was a long time ago, as everybody is ready for the rematch here tonight. As West Delaware head coach, the 29-year-old Nate Lahr, 135 wins, 51 losses, 1 tie, as his 5th season, the 07 graduate state champion in that year, trying to get his first team that he's coached back to the state tournament for the first time since 2008. The Hawks have been there 7 times in the history of state tournament, as looking for their 6th trip is Waverly Shellrock, and first since 2015 in that 35-4 campaign. We'll take a timeout. Caught up with the head coach of the Hawks, Nate Lahr, who used to play his college ball here, graduating from Wartburg in 2011. Their home field, they did not have the turf then, only got the turf about 4 years ago, as Coach Lahr glad to back at his own stomping grounds and hope to get his team to the state tournament here where he used to play college baseball. We'll hear from Nate next. This is West Delaware Baseball from KMCH Sports. Back in West Delaware Baseball pregame show as we get ready for the Substate final, first one since 2015. Nate Lahr, the fine head coach of the Hawks, joins me back here from Waverly as your old stomping grounds up here. The 2011 graduate Nate Lahr, is your team able to survive in advance on Monday night, taking down the Vikings 5-4. Now it's time for the Go Hawks, but Monday night, great perseverance by your team. We talked about in the post game, what an effort of staying grounded, staying focused, coming back and scoring those 4 runs in that 7th inning.
Yeah, it gives us a chance to play tonight. Just kind of the way they go this year. We don't have the stats that are going to really wow people if you look at some of our guys, but they just keep fighting and we're able to get it done and get a chance to play here. And a couple times that we've played here in the past, we've played really well. So I'm excited to get an opportunity to play tonight.
It's a game of momentum, and we saw that change several times on Monday night. Your team winning that battle of momentum in the end, which got you the 5-4 run. So the same mental aspect coming in here, staying focused when things get frustrating for you. Stay grounded, stay cool, and you can come back.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat atmosphere we're going to have tonight. A lot of our guys have actually played with some fall ball stuff with some of these guys, so they know them. And I think they'll be relaxed and understand. And they've been in those games. These first 2 times out there, we haven't had smooth sailing by any means. So they know the ups and downs. If they can keep with it, I think we'll have a great opportunity to come out of here.
And playing on a turf infield, some of your kids have experienced this in the last couple of years.
Yeah, we played here last year, I believe, and then we've had Independence on the schedule the last 2 years. So you get everything through and should help our defense a little bit, which already plays really well. So we're ready to get after it.
And offensively, mentally, come out here and the approach, clear those minds.
Yeah, they've got a good left-hander going. That's their guy. We'll see what we can do against him and clear your mind, attack every single pitch that you get to hit, and just if the last pitch isn't where you wanted it, flush it, go to the next one, and just compete every time you get a chance.
All right, best of luck. We'll talk to you later on.
Thanks a lot, John.
Nate Lahr, head coach of the Hawks. We get ready for Hawks baseball. Back after this from KMCH Sports. And we're back into Hurdle Field here on the campus of Wartburg College in Waverly. This Bremer County town of 10,093. Ready for the Substate number 6. Substate number 3 final here tonight as the District 6 champion West Delaware Hawks of the District 5 champ. Go Hawks of Waverly Shellrock. We take a look at the starting lineup for the Hawks as a visiting team as the Hawks will start off with second baseman Dunstan Werner. Batting second, Benny Reidenauer, who is the third baseman. Jared Harris, the shortstop, bats third. The cleanup man is Nick Casey. He's the starting pitcher here tonight. Hunter Zeeser, the first baseman, batting fifth. The sixth batter is Cole Engel, the left fielder. The designated hitter is the freshman Jared Voss. Colton Reed, the catcher, the senior, batting eighth. Trevor O'Reilly, the senior center fielder, batting ninth. And Logan Wohlers is the freshman right fielder. As Bill Logan, take a look at the defensive lineup for the Go Hawks of Waverly Shellrock, if you would, please.
The defensive lineup for Waverly out in left field, they're going to have Kirby Bowles. Center field, Caden Dewey. Right field will be Peyton Leonard. Third base, Luke Willis. Shortstop, Carson Kallenberger. Second base, Ryan Willis. First base, Jeremy Chaplin. Doing the pitching tonight, Brady Leonard. And the catcher, Carter Langrack. And they are coached by head coach Casey Klunder, assisted by Jared Perkle, Travis Engel, B.J. Hermson, Gabe Gravert, and Hannah Fox.
B.J. Hermson, of course, the 2008 graduate of West Delaware High School, the Masonville native. As he lives up here now, he's coached football, basketball, Waverly Shellrock. A teammate of Nate Lars on that 2007 state title team. They played for the Hall of Famer Mike Morrison. Casey Klunder in his 13th season at the helm of Waverly Shellrock baseball. Got career victory number 200 a couple years ago, so nearing the 300 mark. As we get closer to the first pitch of this game, West Delaware and Waverly Shellrock. Another timeout. We'll be back with the opening pitch. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
One last go around for your co-ops at Hurdle Field. The battery tonight for your co-ops.
And welcome back in to Hurdle Field. The umpires.
Number 17, Brave Leonard.
Bill Boyd from New Hampton. Jerry Schmelsvik from Cresco was Jim Overman. And Jeremy,
I don't remember.
Jerry was from, we had those written down.
Yeah, well, I didn't get his last name. They were saying him too fast. My bad.
We had the Towns, I thought.
Yeah, well, we forgot that Jerry. They were doing them too quick. I got the first one and the last one, and that's usually the way it works.
As we are almost ready, Dunstan Werner will stand in. Here to face the pitcher as we take a look at the starting pitcher here for Waverly Shellrock, Brady Leonard.
Brady Leonard is a senior. This is his 9th start of the year, 5-2 record, 34 innings pitched. Allowed 22 hits, 12 runs, 11 of them earned, a 2.26 earned run average, 15 walks, 4 hit batters, 31 strikeouts, closing batting average of 185.
We're underway at 7:04 here on this beautiful Wednesday night. 82 degrees, a feel like of 84. Southeast winds at 7 miles per hour. The humidity sitting around 58%. And the count is even now to Dunstan Werner. As Werner standing in and taking a ball blown inside. Werner, 24 runs, 33 hits. He's knocked in 22, a .303 hitter on the team. For Coach Naylor and his father, Kevin Werner. There's a strike, high, outer half of the plate, and we're even up here 2-2.
Yeah, that was a good breaking ball. Brought it in from the outside and dropped it right in there from the left-hander.
As Werner takes this one, belt high, outer half, he knew it, and could not pull the trigger for the strikeout there. The backwards K for out number 1 brings up Ben Ridenauer now.
Yeah, he got caught on a couple of really good pitches by Brady Leonard right off the bat, and took a call towards strike for out number 1.
There is a strike on the inside corner. Anthony's and 0-1 the count. It's quickly behind is Ridenauer. He stands back in and takes the ball upstairs. Ridenauer had infield hit in the game. Went over to Cora to get here on Monday night. As this one is hit hard down the line. That's going to be the first base hit of the game for the Hawks. As Ridenauer gets a hard single right down the third base line. And the Hawks have their first hit with 1 out. Jared Harris will be standing in for Benny Ridenauer. That's his 33rd hit of the season. As the 286 average coming in, he bumped that up a point or two. As Jared Harris will stand in now, 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, he did a nice job of squaring up that fastball. His strikes mainly been breaking balls. Another one,
strike at the knees. Here to Harris. He's down in the count. 0-1. As Jared had 2 hits and an RBI, scored a run in that win over Decorah on Monday night. Waverly Shellrock getting Charles City right here at Hurdle Field, 6-5 on Monday night. Here's a wild pitch. Gets by the catcher, Langreck, and getting to second base is Ridenauer, with Harris standing back in with the count even at 1-1.
Yeah, and the Hawks will sure take that. That's just like giving up a sacrifice bunt, and now you got that runner on second base, scoring position with just 1 away.
Runner on second, ball in the third. There's another one. Gets by the catcher, Langreck. As the lefty Leonard having some control issues now all of a sudden, 2-1 the count. As 2 wild pitches, Ridenauer gets the third.
Yeah, and he's going to be a little cautious now, maybe throwing that breaking ball. Every pitch before that, and most of his strikes were breaking balls, and his fastball was not catching it. But those last 2 breaking balls in the dirt, the catcher Langreck unable to block them.
And the 2-1. This is skied center field. Dewey is there. He will make the catch. Right now we're going to tag. He's coming in. The play at the plate. He's going to be under the tag. Save. Hawks take the lead. 1-0. What a big start for the Hawks to get that first strike of momentum as Harris with a fly out. The RBI for Jared gives us 2 down. But the first run of the game, 1-0 West Delaware, as for Jared Harris, the senior who'll play his college ball here at Wartburg next year. As Harris gets his 35th RBI, he leads the team in that category. As a strike there to Nick Casey.
And what we were thinking was going to be probably a low-scoring, a good pitcher's duel here. It's always nice to be able to get on top right off the bat.
There's a strike. Just a bump and ease on the inside corner for strike 2, 0-2 the count to Nick Casey. As Casey, the .349 hitter, 37 hits, 31 runs batted in. He's walked 25 times, second on the team. There's a swing and miss with a strikeout for out number 3. But the Hawks get on the scoreboard first. To the bottom half we go. 1-0 West Delaware. This is Hawks Substate Baseball, KMCH Sports. Bottom of the first inning is here, along with in-studio producer Austin West. Back home on East Main Street in Manchester. John Swisher, Bill Logan, glad to have you along. Substate Baseball for the Hawks for the first time since 2015. They took on the same Go Hawks Waverly Shellrock. A loss in that game, and there is a base hit between the 5-6 hole into left field by Ryan Willis. As that 9-8 decision in O-line in 2015, the year before it was 2-0. Waverly Shellrock beat the Hawks in sub-state play, so 2 years in a row. Getting to state for Waverly Shellrock. Hawks are trying to deny them their 6th trip and get to state for the 8th time in program history. As Willis gets on with the base hit into left field off of the right hand of Nick Casey. As Casey, his 8th start of the season, and the pitch is shoulder high for ball 1-0 the count. Casey, a 5-1 record, 41 2/3 innings pitched, 19 hits against him, 16 runs against, 11 earned runs, a 1.85 ERA. He's walked 32, hit 2, struck out 57. Opponents hitting 136 against him. A ball downstairs in the dirt there for ball 2, 2-0 the count. Here to the number 2 batter, the pitcher of record for Waverly Shellrock, Brady Leonard, who comes in with 24 runs scored. He's got 30 hits. He's driven in 25 on the team and is a .370 hitter. 2-0 the count. Here to Brady Leonard. Casey got that first win of the tournament against Ben Schellsburg in the weather-delayed makeup on Saturday afternoon in Decorah. As he had some okay numbers there. Wasn't his best outing by any means, but got some run support by his team and was able to get the victory. As a 3-0 here on the way to Leonard after checking the runner. It's going to be a strike. Inner half, thigh high, strike 1, 3-1 the count. As he gave up 6 hits and 5 innings pitched. And those 4 runs, he walked 1. 3 earned runs, and he struck out 8 against Ben Schellsburg. There's a strike on the inside corner at the knees. Nice shot by Nick Casey battling back here. And he's worked it to a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, you don't want to put him on right away here either. Nice job coming back from 3-0.
Look over, now be 3-2. Downstairs, stayed down for ball 4. Willis will go to second, and the walk here brings up Peyton Leonard. And Leonard, the right fielder, a sophomore, 35 hits, 297 hitter, 21 runs as a courtesy runner. Number 8.
McMillan at first.
As McMillan. Pete McMillan, a junior here for head coach Casey Clunder and company. Peyton Leonard, the third batter. Runners on first and second. We'll be updating you from Cedar Rapids Prairie tonight. Western Dubuque is there for a Substate contest, trying to get to their first state tournament for the first time since 2012. Be their 6th in program history. Bobcats taking on the number 1 seed, Cedar Rapids Prairie. Here's the 1 seed, Waverly Shellrock, and the 3 seed, West Delaware. A pitch goes all the way out in front of the mound on this turf here at Hurdle Field. And the ball just skips out in front of the plate there as it was low in the dirt. Keeping in front of him was Reed, but it bounded out there.
Yeah, it came off the knee of his shin guard and went out in front of the plate. And alert running by the base runners advanced to second, third, nobody out.
And there's a strike. Casey comes back with a strike on the inner half at the knees, and we're even 1-1 as the Go Hawks threatening right away here after the Hawks jumped on the scoreboard on an RBI sac fly by Jared Harris. Scoring, Ben Ridenauer got on with a hit to left field, and there, half of the first, there is a strike. Leonard thought about swinging. He took it outer half above the knees for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runners on second and third for the Go Hawks. As we're minutes into this one here, 10 to be exact. Here in the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Hawks. Casey checks the runners, a 1-2 on the way. It is laced into right center field. That's going to get down. And the Go Hawks will take a 2-1 lead in this game on the 2 RBI single off the bat of Peyton Leonard. Just like that, the Go Hawks take the momentum.
Yeah, they did a nice job. They got that leadoff single on the very first pitch, and then that walk got them on there in a wild pitch, got them both in scoring position, and Peyton Leonard did a nice job of hitting that ball out in the right center field and easily drove in those 2 runs. So Hawks are going to have to figure out a way to get an out here.
For Peyton Leonard, his 25th run driven in on his 36th hit. And it brings up Luke Willis now. Willis skies this one right side. The right fielder Woolard shifting his way over there. He will make the catch before the right field foul line. He calls it in, the F9 for out number 1. As it brings up Caden Dewey now, the center fielder. As Dewey, a sophomore, 35 hits, 36 runs driven in, a 304 batter for Dewey. One of the 8 sophomores on this team, 6 juniors, 7 seniors, and 2 freshmen. For head coach Casey Clunder and company, his 13th season. Started back in 2006 here at Waverly Shellrock. There's a swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove of Colton Reed, the catcher. Defensively for the Hawks, it's Engel, Riley, Woolard left to right. Ridenauer, Harris, and Werner, and Zeezer around the horn. Reed and Casey, the battery. There, this Class 3A Substate 3 final from Hurdle Field. The throw over, getting back in, is Leonard at first base.
And that was a huge lead to a good throw gets him. So that's a huge lead right there.
The 0-1. Casey keeping a close eye. Now the 0-1 in the dirt. Nice backhanded stop by Reed. He's going to throw it to first. And knocking it down is Zeezer. Great effort by Zeezer stretching out. As getting back in, the runner at first, Peyton Leonard. 1-1 the count here with 1 down. Bottom of the first inning, 2-1. Waverly Shellrock with the lead. This one's up and out of play down the right field side. And the count's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Hawks scored 1 in the top half of the first. The Go Hawks have answered with 2 in their bottom half of inning number 1. The runner on first and 1 away. Casey look over. Now he comes set. And the 1-2 delivery is swung on and missed right at the knees on the outside corner. Not able to get a piece of that one is Dewey, and he goes down for the first swinging K against Nick Casey for round number 2. Now Carson Collenberger stands in here, the shortstop. So a hit, a walk, and a hit. Now we've got to fly out and strikeouts. This would be huge to get out of it right here. Casey starts ahead with a strike right over the middle of the dish. At the knees for strike one. 0-1 the count. For Carson Kallenberger. Kallenberger, a senior, 22 runs scored, 39 hits. He's knocked in 28, and he's hitting .342. He smashes this one up the middle, but Harris is there, and he steps on the bag for the fourth down. The Hawks do get out of it, so they only give up 2, and we go to the second inning. 2-1 in favor of Waverly Shellrock. This is Hawks Substate Baseball from JMC Sports. Back in, top of the second inning. A strike to the batter, Hunter Zeeser. 5-6-7 for the Hawks. Zeeser, Engel, and Voss do up. As the 0-1 is swung, foul ball. Back to the left side. For strike 2, 0-2 the count to Zeeser. He's had a couple of big hits, a couple RBIs the last couple of games. And chops this one left side foul. 0-2 the count to Zeeser, who has scored 17 times, 25 hits on the year. Hunter's a .260 hitter, a senior. 0-2 the count. On the way from lefty Leonard, and it's chopped left side again in the back of that third base Waverly Shellrock dugout. Dugout's open facing here, kind of like West Delaware's. They do have 3 poles in the middle there, unlike West Delaware's. But they, college-type setting, they're set far enough back where line drive shouldn't be an issue. There is a one-hopper to the pitcher, Leonard. He'll run it over almost all the way. A little foot toss 3 feet from the first baseman, Champlin. And that'll be the first out. On the 1-3 ground out, the pitcher brings up Cole Engel now.
Yeah, that was a very good athletic move there by the pitcher, Brady Lander. That got over his head. That might have gotten way out there, or at least if the shortstop would have got to it, would have been deep behind second base and may have been able to beat that out. So pitcher Leonard helps himself out here for out number 1.
And a ball to Cole Engel here, the senior left fielder. Headed to Coe College in the fall. 27 runs, 33 hits, 15 runs batted in, 277 hitter. Follows this one up and out of play. Right side, as the count is even, 1-1. The ball bounced back in to the first baseman. I'm not sure where that hit. The light pole. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a 1-1 on the way. And swung on and missed. Just below the letters. Taking a cut, jamming him inside that time. Engel trying to get a piece of that one. Came up empty for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here in the top of the second inning. Hawks trailed this game 2-1. And there is a strike. And it looked low. But the home plate umpire, Mr. Floyd, rung him up on the outside corner. And the backwards K for out number 2 brings up Jared Voss now.
Number 5, Jared Voss.
Voss, the designated hitter. The number 7 batter standing in, the freshman, getting a start. First start defensively. He's had 1 pitching start on the year as well. Got that start at second base of the game against Decorah Monday night. Had a big double to right field. And there's a ball downstairs in the dirt. We're even out. 1-1 the count to Voss. 18 at-bats on the season. He scored 3 times. 6 hits. He's driven in 3 and is a .333 hitter. 1-1 the count here with 2 away. Top of the second inning, 2-1 in favor of Waverly Shellrock, the home team on the diamond and on the scoreboard here tonight. As we are 19 minutes in to this one on the top of the second, the 2-1 is bounced right on top of the mound. Fielding it is Leonard. He'll fire at the first for the 1-3. Round out the picture for round number 3. The bottom of inning number 2 we go. Still 2-1. Waverly Shellrock back after this from KMC Sports. Bottom of inning number 2 is here. Jerry Chaplin, the first baseman, hits this one into right field. Woolard on the run. He will make the catch in shallow right field for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. A 7-8-9, Chaplin, Langreck, and Havlovic here. Due up for Waverly Shellrock. 1 away. Brings up Carter Langreck, the catcher. A right-handed batter stands in against Nick Casey. Off speed pitch, outside, stays down, and out for ball 1. 1-0, the count here to Langreck. A junior with 8 runs scored, 22 hits, 18 runs batted in, a .342 hitter. And a strike there, or strike 1. 1-1 the count here to Langreck. One of the 6 juniors on the roster. The 1-1 is swung at. For strike 2. 1-2. The count to Langreck. The Hawks scored first in the top of the first inning. With the Shellrock coming back with 2 in their last half. We're in the bottom of the second. 2-1 with the Shellrock and another one. Shoulder high chasing it upstairs. Langreck helping out Casey there. The second strikeout for Nick Casey. Out number 2 brings up Connor Havlovic now. The designated hitter for Kirby Vowles, the left fielder, as Havlovic. 26 runs scored, 25 hits. He's knocked in 19, a .255 hitter. For another one of the 6 juniors on this team. A strike called there. Havlovic down in the count. 0-1. The on-deck batter, the leadoff man, Brian Willis, waiting. There are 2 down. This one's fouled up and out of play. For strike 2. Casey coming right after these Waverly Shellrock batters. 0-2 the count. Here's number 9 man, Connor Havlovic. 23 on the roster for Waverly Shellrock. Ball fouled up and out of play. Waverly Shellrock not had a losing season in many seasons. Hawks' last losing season came in 2011, 17 and 18 campaign. This one is skied right field. Woolard coming on. He makes the catch on the light jog. And they have 9. Fly out to the right fielder. Ends the second. We go to the third. Still Waverly Shellrock 2, West Delaware 1. This is Hawks Substate Baseball from KMC Sports. Top of the third inning is here. After 24 minutes of play, Waverly Shellrock leads this game by a score of 2-1. The Hawks trying to get back to the state tournament for the first time since 2008. And their third Substate game since that time. Last two coming in 2014 and 2015. Both losses to Waverly Shellrock. Quickly 2 balls to Colton Reed, the senior catcher, standing in. 2-0 the count to Reed. 8-9-1. Reed O'Reilly Winter slated for the Hawks here. There's a strike on the outside corner. Or strike one. 2-1 the count here to Reed. Leading off the top of the third inning. A 1-run lead for Waverly Shellrock. There's a ball fouled off the inner left leg of Reed for strike 2, and we are even down. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
5 in a row retired here now by Brady Leonard after giving up that run.
As the 2-2 downstairs off speed pitch. And he's going to call him out. And they're going to throw on just to make sure. As the umpire was not signaling anything right away, and then he made the out call, but the catcher Langreich threw it anyway just to be safe. As the swinging came for Reed, it didn't look like it kind of hit the turf there. As the 1 down, Trevor O'Reilly will stand in now. And he takes a strike in the inside corner, thigh high. Strike 1 on the count here to O'Reilly. Trevor, 23 hits on the year. He's knocked in 16, hitting .280, and he swings it on a pitch down in the turf that time. For strike 2, 0-2 the count here to O'Reilly. Dunstan Warder, the senior second baseman, waiting in the on-deck circle right in front of us. There's a Foster right up the middle. Second baseman gets over to it. Nice play, stopping behind the bag. Throw not going to be in time. It was off the mark. It wouldn't have been time anyway, as O'Reilly speeds that one out. And the infield hit. Nice play by Willis getting over there and cutting that ball off. And made a valiant effort, but just not enough time. As the second hit of the game for the Hawks offense there off the bat of O'Reilly brings up Dunstan Warner.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. That speed in the 9 spot. Hit that up the middle and did a good job getting up the line. Even with the good throw, they weren't going to get him, but he gets a guy runner on first with the top of your order coming up.
Throw over. O'Reilly getting back in time. One out here. Top of the third. 2-1 Waverly Shellrock. Both teams have 2 hits now. This is going to be a throw over, and getting over, boy, that's real close to the block there.
That's what I thought.
Man. Right foot looks like it's almost coming forward there. The Hawks parents to our right calling that out, wanting that as a balk as well. The umpires will keep a close eye on that. 3 umpires here in a Substate game, of course. As there's a ball downstairs in the turf for ball 1. 1-0 to count with 1 away. Here at the top of inning number 3. It's 2-1 Waverly Shellrock, the advantage in this game. Trying to go back to the state tournament for the 3rd time in 5 seasons. There's a strike. And we're even now 1-1.
The last time the Hawks had a runner on base, got a wild pitch, and then another wild pitch, got him over to third, so making him work out of the stretch. Maybe he doesn't throw the ball as well here. At least he didn't the first time through, so see if he can uncork another wild pitcher or something. Or maybe he threw over to first again, got a little attention on the base runners rather than a strike zone, see if he makes a mistake here to Dunstan.
As this is a pitch outside off the plate for a ball. 2-1 the count here to Dunstan Warner, who struck out looking his first time up. He stands in here. A 2-1 count with 1 down, runner on first base in the form of Trevor O'Reilly. The 2-1 on the way from the left. He hits Warner in the left arm, almost to the shoulder area there, the upper arm, as Warner takes the hit by pitch. And runners will be on first and second as for the pitcher, Brady Leonard. That is his 5th hit batter and 34-plus innings on the year. Dunstan Warner takes his 2nd hit by pitch of the season. There is a ball that was low, but going around on that one was Ridenauer for a strike. 0-1 the count with one down, runners on first and second. So Hawks trying to tie this one up at least here and hopefully get more.
That looked like a swing, like maybe just trying to take a dummy swing as the runner's trying to steal.
Runner's going. O'Reilly takes another one. It's low in the dirt. Right now we're down 0-2. The runner's getting there as the catcher was able to come up with it, but no time. It's a great jump by O'Reilly stealing the bag. Werner fouled suit to go into second, so runners in scoring position, forces off. Second and third, one down. 0-2 the count to Ridenauer. And the pitch from the lefty is grounded right back to the lefty outside the mound. He'll fire to first, and I'll get two down. Not able to get it to that right side or up the middle where the run would have scored. It stayed right in front of the mound as Leonard able to get it just inches above his head and over that mound, and we have a tie ball game.
Yeah, and working out of the windup instead of stretch here with runners on tells me he's more comfortable working out of the windup. So see if the runners can maybe coax a balk out of him here, but being aggressive on the base path.
Hard grounder left side to Harris over the left hand of Nate Lahr inside the third base coaching box. 2007 West Delaware grad, 2011 Wartburg graduate. He played his college ball here on Hurdle Field before it had turf. There's a ball upstairs, above helmet high for ball one. Raven 1-1 the count. Here's to the lefty. From the lefty, Leonard to Jared Harris. And that RBI sac fly out to the center fielder his first time up in inning one. This is a hard grounder. The third baseman not able to get it. Now they're in a rundown. They're going to tag out the runner, but a run scores in the tie ball game here. As the third baseman bobble it, he's able to throw it to the second baseman who got Dunstan Werner in a rundown. They get him tagged out, but as we said, the run came across first, and we are tied at 2 now as we go to the bottom of the third. This is Hawks Substate Baseball, KMCH Sports. Bottom of the third, top of the order, Ryan Willis skies this one. He back out of play for the foul ball, strike one. Willis got a hit and scored the first run of the game for Waverly Shellrock. The Hawks in that top of his third inning. He had one run on one hit, one runner left on base. So they tie it up at 2 here in the last of the third inning. A close ball game in this series. A series that is tied 4-4 since 2011 in 8 meetings. As there is a swing and a foul tip into the glove of Reed. As the count now should be 1 ball and 2 strikes, and it is. We've had scores of 6-2, 2-0, 2-0, 7-2, 9-8, 12-6, 4-2, and 3-2. As there is a chopper left side. So the 1-run games in this series, there has been 2 of them. As the Hawks are 0-2 in those against Waverly Shellrock. The 1-2 pitch is chopped left side. High bouncer, Harris gloves it, guns it to first and gets his man. The 6-3 ground out to the shortstop off the bat of Ryan Willis starts us here in the bottom of the third. As it brings up Brady Leonard. who walked and scored the second run.
Nice job there by Jared Harris, the shortstop. Was going to come in, but then when you get those two hops on this infield, just stayed back, took on a nice hop and a nice, strong, accurate throw.
Chin high fastball there upstairs for ball one. 1-0 the count. 1-0. Athens on the outside corner for strike one. We're even 1-1. Great news from Cedar Rapids Prairie tonight. Western Dubuque with a tremendous start as the Bobcats are leading Cedar Rapids Prairie 5-0 after 2.5 innings. There's a strike at the knees. Taking it for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 5-0 Western Dubuque. As Cedar Rapids Prairie, take a look at the rankings there. What did they rank, Billy?
Yeah, Prairie's ranked number 3.
How about that? That's tremendous news. The Bobcats trying to get back to state for the first time in 4A. And the 6th time in program history, trying to get back there for the first time since 2012 after 2.5 innings. So they're about the same pace as we are. Mid-third for them. 5-0 Western Dubuque. And there's a ball upstairs. We're even out 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away here. Brady Leonard standing back in. He's the pitcher of record for Waverly Shellrock. The 2-2 from Casey is skied up and out of play again. We'll do the 2-2 all over again. As a couple errors allowed 2 of those 5 runs for Western Dubuque. Take
advantage of what you get. You betcha.
Coach Brian and company, best of luck to them. We hope to be covering them at the state tournament next week, as well as these West Delaware Hawks. Class 3A play next Tuesday, 11, 1:30, or 5 and 7:30 quarterfinal 3A contest. As that one gets the pace of Leonard, and the second hit batter of the night, the first off the right arm of Nick Casey, the second free pass. And the 1 out hit batter brings up Peyton Leonard now.
Going to have the courtesy runner for the pitcher. Pete McMillan again. He came around and scored that second run back in the first inning. 1 out, the number 3 hitter, Peyton Leonard, stepping up. He had the 2-run single his first time up.
As this is a ball, and this is outside somewhere for ball 1. 1-0 the count. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runner on first base. Here at the bottom of the third, we're tied at 2, and there's a strike. Outer half at the knees to Peyton Leonard. Got a hit, 2 RBI variety, and then first inning to give the Go Hawks their 2 runs. Standing in with a 1-1 count. And 1 out, 1 on. The 1-1 in the turf. It hits the right leg of the umpire. Reed's going to throw down a high throw, but snared by Harris, and sliding in safely behind him was the runner, McMillan. On second base after the wild pitch, Leonard will stand back in with a 2-1 count.
And that wild pitch, we'll see what happens. He got the runner now over into scoring position, and he scored on that single from second base his last time up.
There's a ball downstairs for ball 3. 3-1 to count. Here to Peyton Leonard. 1 away, runner on second base. 2 runs, 2 hits for both teams so far in this game. Step and a turn, look at the runner, no throw, nobody close to the bag. Out at second. So runner gets back. Now Harris trying to hold him on. There is a strike. Athens on the inside corner for strike 2. We're full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away here in this bottom of the third inning. Hawks had 1 in the first, 1 in the third. Those 2 runs were Waverly Shellrock in the first. There's a ball that bounces to the backstop. Ball 4. As the runner, McMillan, will go to third. Leonard reaches on the walk. The third free pass, second base on balls. And it brings up Luke Willis now.
Yeah, now the Hawks are going to figure out what they're going to do here. Colton Reed giving signals out there. The runners at first and third with just 1 out. We'll see if they put the runner in motion to see if they can draw a throw. And if they don't, get the runner over to second side. Both runners in scoring position. So the Hawks defense has got to figure out what they're doing here.
So Willis flat out to Waller His first time up at the first inning. One is skied up and out of play, right side. The count is 0-1. Here with one down. Runners on the corners here. First and third for the Go Hawks. As the ball down and out for ball one. We're even now 1-1 the count. Beautiful facility here. Hurdle Field, the turf infield, home of Wartburg Knights on the campus of Wartburg and Waverly Shellrock in the late spring, early summertime. A step and a look on the first and third here. Casey comes set. The 1-1 delivery on the way, and it is ripped left side, but right there is Harris. 6-4-3 double play. Hawks get out of it. Harris to Werner to Caesar for the double play. And just like that, the threat is ended. We go to the fourth inning. Knotted at 2. Hawks Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports. Back in Hurdle Field in Waverly. Nick Casey leads things off for the Hawks as we're tied at 2 through 3 innings of play. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 left on for the Hawks. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 left on for Waverly Shellrock. No errors by either team so far this game. And Casey starts off with 2 balls, 2-0 the count. Update from Cedar Rapids Prairie. Western Dubuque leading the Prairie Hawks, the third-ranked team in Class 4A. 5-0 after 3 innings. They're on the top of the fourth, the same as we are here. A strike there to Nick Casey. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. We're knotted up at 2 in this one. The 2-1 is a strike. Thigh high, outer half, strike 2. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here to Casey, who struck out swinging his first time up in inning number 1. 2-2 on the way downstairs, swinging on and missing. The catcher Langrek will get it, fires to first for the drop third strike. Completed play, 2-3 on the putout. For 1 down, Hunter Caesar now. Grounded out to the pitcher, his last and first time up in the second inning, stands in here. 1 out, nobody on. Top of inning number 4. Cole Engel waits in the on-deck circle. Ball up and out for ball 1. Caesar taking it. 1-0 the count. Other games of interest tonight, Class 3A. Wamak teams competing. Solon, number 5 team, taking on Fairfield. Central to it with the first round upset. Second round upset. They got Davenport Assumption. This one is flown deep to center field. Deep and hitting off the bottom of the fence, landing on the warning track. It'll be a 1-out stand-up double for Hunter Caesar as the senior continues his hitting ways for Caesar. That is his 26th hit of the year and his 9th double as he's on second with Cole Engel standing in. He is hitting it well right now.
Yeah, he did a nice job of really being able to extend and got the power on their center fielder. Caden Dewey knew he wasn't going to get to it. He just took off on a sprint and was unable to get to it. Picked it up at the base of the fence, threw it back in. But nice 1-out double by Caesar.
So Engel stands in after striking out, looking his first time. The second as the lights are turned on here at Hurdle Field. The sun is still out. It's coming over the third base dugout out of left field foul territory right into our eyes here. As the tree shaded a bit. Beautiful 82-degree Wednesday evening here in Waverly. They throw back. It bounces around away from the shortstop. Is diving back in head first is Hunter Zeeser. As Leonard trying to keep him honest there. No threat to steal is Zeeser. In this situation, anyway, he does have 6 stolen bases of the year, 6 of 7, but I think they're going to risk trying to steal him the third with this situation. 1 out, 0-1 the count. As Engel down a strike as he takes a pitch up and out there for a ball. 1-1 the count here to Engel, the 6th batter in this Hawk lineup, the 3rd batter this inning. We've had a strikeout and a double to center field. Top of the 4th, we're tied at 2. A 1-1 from the lefty Leonard on the way. It's downstairs in the turf and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here to Cole Engel. Engel, 15 runs batted in, 33 hits, 277. Average on the year, he's taken 10 walks and a turn and a fire back. Second baseman puts a tag on Zeeser as he heads back in head first. This game 46 minutes old right now. In the top of the 4th inning, the 2-1, and it's fouled back right to the catcher's glove as he keeps it. So foul tip. 4 strike 2. We're even out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jared Voss, the freshman DH, to our right. On deck for the Hawks. The 2-2 on the way. Off speed. Fouled into the netting. Just above us. And back close to the fair play. Picked up in foul ground by the catcher. So get a new baseball. Umpire. The veteran umpire, Bill Boyd from New Hampton. Wipes that one off and puts it back in his ball bag. And we're ready to go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here with 1 out. Runner on second. Tied at 2. The 2-2 on the way. And this one's skied. It's going to go behind us in the trees. And out of play. The count will remain 2-2.
Good job of fighting that off. That was a pretty good pitch, and it's kind of almost like a tomahawk swing just to defend that inside pitch. So nice job by Cole. Now I'll see if he can get one that maybe Leonard gets a little bit too much of the plate and square it up and hit it hard.
And the 2-2 is outside for ball 3. And the full count out, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And strike 3. Engel takes it looking. Couldn't pull the trigger with 2 strikes. And he goes down for out number 2.
Yeah, that's a good pitch by Leonard. 2 strikes. Just put something close. Don't make a mistake. See if you can get a call, and he did for out number 2.
Jared Voss now grounded out to the pitchers last time up. The designated hitter for the right fielder, Logan Woolard, swings for the pitch downstairs for strike 1. 1-1 the count here to Voss. As Voss back in and ready. The lefty Leonard, check of Zeeser at second. Now this one is skied to the right of second base. Second baseman Willis is there, and he will make the catch. The pop-out ends the little threat for the Hawks. A 1-out double goes by the board, and we go to the bottom half of the 4th. Tied at 2. Hawks, Substate Baseball. You're listening to it from KMCH Sports.
The Manchester Press is yours.
Along with in-studio producer Austin West back in Manchester. John Bill back with you from Waverly. Swinging the miss. Number 5 batter, Caden Dewey, standing in. He struck out swinging against Nick Casey back in the first inning. 1-1 the count here in the bottom of the fourth. We're tied up at 2. And this is a foul ball in the inning behind home plate. No balls and 2 strikes here to Caden Dewey, the center fielder for the Go Hawks. Update from Cedar Rapids Prairie, Western Dubuque. On top of the third-ranked team in Class 4A now, Cedar Rapids Prairie, 6-0. This ball skied right side. Going back is Wahlert, still going back and making the catch. Shy of a warning track is Logan Wahlert. And the flyout for out number 1 brings up Carson Collenberger now. What an effort by Western Dubuque, getting out on top early in that game against heavily ranked Cedar Rapids Prairie. Trying to get back to the state tournament for the first time since 2012 when they did it at the Class 3A time. It'll be their first ever in Class 4 if they can hang on and get the win tonight. 4A play comes up next Wednesday at Principal Park in Des Moines. We'll be there Saturday. This ball is Sky going to stay inside the net, and Reed makes a nice catch right in front of us with his back towards home plate. On the run, hauling it in. Holden Reed makes the fine grab, and the pop out to the catcher for out number 2 brings up Jeremy Chaplin now.
Yeah, I looked up there and I was right. And I thought,
no, you were going to maybe have.
Well, I thought for a minute there I was going to have to save you. But goodness, it stayed on there, and Colton came over and got it. I would have had to get up on the table to block it from you. I would have saved
2 down. No, it's always me. I don't let my elders die alone. 0-1. I'll get out my Harry Carey net.
There you go. Get the net out.
Should have brought. We did bring it, but we didn't bring it in with us. It's in the car still. 0-1 the count. And there's a strike on the outer half for strike 2. Here to the left-handed batter, Jeremy Chaplin. He flied out to right to Wahlert his first time up in the second inning. Casey rolling along here. The 0-2. This is fouled up and on the play left side. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Knotted up at 2. Waverly Shellrock scored 2 after the Hawks scored 1 in the first inning. The Hawks came back and scored 1 in the top of the third. The 0-2 from Casey on the way. This one smacked on the ground, bouncing into left field for a 2-out single off the bat of Chaplin. As it brings up Carter Langrecht now. As Chaplin, with that base hit, has only his 4th of the season in now 18 at-bats for Chaplin. Langrecht stands in. He struck out swinging his last time in the second.
That's their first hit since the third batter of the first inning, too. So did a nice job of retiring. He got a couple of walks and hit batter, but got him out.
Swing and a miss. Tie high in her hat. Coming up empty on that one. The throw gets by Nick Casey. But Warner right there on the backup. 0-1 the count here to Langrecht. Struck out swinging back in the second. 1-2-3 inning for Casey. It's the only one he's had so far in this game. Hawks also had a 1-2-3 inning in the second. Offensively, the 0-1 on the way. This one is hit right field, going back Wahlert, going back. Shy of the warning track and hauls it in. A fly out for out number 3 sends us to the 5th inning. Tied up at 2. This is Substate Baseball, West Delaware style from KMCH Sports. John and Bill back with you from Waverly here at Hurdle Field. We're on the top of the fifth inning now. Colton Reed leads things off. He takes the ball downstairs. Ball 1-1 on the count. Reed, O'Reilly, and Werner slated here for the Hawks. This game is all knotted up to 2. 6-0 now in favor of Western Dubuque. And the top of the fifth now. As there's a ball up and in for ball 2. 2-0 the count here to Colton Reed. Struck out swinging his last time up in the third. And the lefty Leonard, the 2-0 on the way. There's a strike, waist high, outer half, strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now here to Reed. Colton Reed stands back and swings at this one, inner half. Came in on him there and not able to get a piece of it for strike 2, 2-2 the count. Colton Reed originally accepted an offer to go play college baseball at Southwestern in Creston, but he decided in the last few weeks to enlist in the Marines, following high school, following his playing days here with the Hawks. Hopefully it's past next week, to serve our country. Thank him for his dedicated service, all the men and women. And thought it was time called. Reed back out, thought he had time. He backs back in and gets back in the batter's box and takes the ball downstairs in the dirt for ball 4. That was an awkward sequence there, but Reed will take the leadoff walk.
Yeah, it was ugly, but
doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. We'll take it. That's the first time tonight that the Hawks have got the leadoff runner on base here, so we'll see if they can take advantage of that.
And the 8 o'clock train coming in a couple minutes late here. Train tracks right next to the field here. Just realized it as the train blowing its whistle. How about that? What is it with college fields and trains?
Yeah.
Cornell has the same thing. Ash Park in Mount Vernon. There is a throw over. And putting back in head first safely is Colton Reed. Trevor O'Reilly stands in. O'Reilly got a infield hit his last time up and scored the second run for the Hawks. That 1-run third inning. And stepping off is Leonard here. Strong look in here for Leonard. Checking the runner. Reed on first. Now the delivery showing bunt, pulling back, taking the ball downstairs is O'Reilly. And the count is even now at 1-1. Colton Reed, 19 of 22 in the stolen base department this year. Trevor O'Reilly has 5 sacrifices. Nobody out here. O'Reilly waiting, and the pitch, the throw over to first. Home plate side of first base. Reed drawing throws from Leonard. Leonard back on the bump and ready now. O'Reilly is back in the batter's box as the right-handed hitter. Ready for the 1-1 pitch. It's on the way. He shows bunt, takes a strike. Runner goes, and going to be called out is Colton Reed on that left shoulder before he got his hand in there. And the 2-4 caught stealing. Thank you. The second baseman Wilmer's covering for out number 1. So Reed denied of his 20th stolen base, now 19 of 23 on the season. And it clears the bases here with a 1-2 count to O'Reilly.
Yeah, Leonard did a good job of holding him close to first base, too. He didn't have near as good a lead as probably should have had.
Swing and a miss there on a pitch up and away. O'Reilly goes down. Round number 2. It brings up the top of the order, and Justin Werner now. Werner hit by a pitch and was forced out his last time in a rundown, and that to end that third inning when the Hawks scored their second run to tie it up. He struck out looking back in inning number 1. He follows this one hard to the backstop behind home plate for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Here to Dunstan Werner. The senior will be headed to Simpson to play for the Storm in Indianola in the fall. There's a ball upstairs. Missing high for ball one. Raven 1-1. Last check, Western Dubuque leading 6-0 over third-ranked Cedar Rapids Prairie. That ball game's in the top of the fifth inning, just like this one. We're tied at 2 here from Wartburg College's field, Hurdle Field to be exact, in Waverly. 2-1 now the count here to Dunstan Werner. From a lefty Leonard, the 2-1 on the way. And it's chopped left side. Third baseman going to get over in front of the shortstop. He throws high, and it's dropped by the first baseman. Chaplin couldn't hang on to it. He was trying to stretch and stab for the ball at the same time as it hit off his glove and bounded down. And now Leonard threw over to first for some reason. I'm not sure if he thought Werner was off the bag or what. Werner back on the bag after getting on base there on the error. That's the first error of the game by either team. The error of the first baseman. Werner's on. Ben Reinauer stands in. He had a hit and scored the first run for the Hawks back in inning number 1. He takes the ball downstairs there. 1 ball, no strikes.
Thing I've noticed here so far in this game is that the Waverly Shellrock base runners getting a much bigger lead at first base than what the Hawks are getting.
There's a throw over. Warner getting back, standing up easily. 1 ball, no strikes. We're at the top of the fifth inning, 2 down. Tied at 2 runs apiece. This one's fouled off the catcher, and the catcher will walk this one off. So he gets a piece of him. Langreck take his time here. The count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 down.
Umpire can't go clean off home plate because there's no dirt out there.
Very true. Maybe there's a little black pieces of
got to be turf. Yeah, there's got to be something out there.
No, it looks pretty clean from here. There's a swing and a miss. And pitch down in the turf that time. Reisenauer pulled ahead and swung over the top of it for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 away. We're tied at 2. Runner on first. We're in the first part of the fifth inning. The 1-2 for the lefty on the way. That's down in the turf. That brings up some turf debris, and the ball bounces out right side. Werner able to get to second base on the wild pitch. So Werner on second. And the count sits even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Let's see if we can get a base hit and take advantage of that wild pitch, get him out in the scoring position with 2 outs. The runner can be moving.
And the 2-2 on the way. This is swung on and missed. That ball dropped off the table a little bit. A little off-speed pitch. Reisenauer swings over the top of it for the 3rd out. And we go to the bottom of inning number 5. Tied at 2. This is West Delaware Substate Baseball from KMCH Sports. Back into Waverly, a fly ball, shallow center field. O'Reilly works his way in and puts it away for the first out of the inning off the bat of Connor Havlovic here. 9-1-2 slated for the Goldhawks in the bottom of this 5th inning. First out brings up Ryan Willis now. As Willis rounded out his last time to Harris at short. got a hit and scored back in inning number 1. He swings through this one for strike 1 on 1 to count. On the scoreboard, Western Dubuque leading 6-0 still over number 3 ranked Cedar Rapids Prairie down in Cedar Rapids tonight at Prairie Field. As that's in the 5th inning as well. After 4 innings, Solon leading Fairfield 2-0. 5th ranked Solon Spartans trying to get back to the state tournament. 2-0 after 4 over Fairfield. Another Wamac Conference school vying for a trip to the state tournament. Good to see as many of those we can get down there. Central DeWitt is battling Davenport Assumption at Cedar Rapids Xavier tonight. There's the ball that misses for ball 3. 3-1 to count now here to Willis, leadoff man for the Go Hawks. We're tied at 2 in this one. Here the last of the 5th inning. Coming set down the 3-1 on the way. It is a hard chopper left side, going to be fielded in foul territory by Reitenauer. They'll toss it back to Casey after foul ball, strike 2. Full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes, with 1 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. Our baseball season continues here from KM State Sports. Softball season wrapped up earlier today. There's a hard grounder as it just gets by Coach Casey Clunder at the edge of that third base dugout. Thought he was going to try to kick save it.
Well, I did too at first. No, it's coming a little too fast. I better try to skip over top.
Yeah. Good decision. Nice little 2-step to get out of the way that time. 3-2 the count with 1 down. Our softball season wrapped up with Independence tying for 5th place, winning their consolation game after falling yesterday to Sergeant Bluff-Luton 3-2. They took down Charles City today by a score of 8-4. Ball downstairs for ball 4. Nick Casey gives up his 3rd walk of the game, 4th free pass. A 1-out base on balls brings up Brady Leonard now.
Yeah, Leonard's been on twice free pass. He walked. Courtesy runner came out and scored in the 1st inning. It was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. So he's been able to get himself on base both times tonight.
Leonard, the pitcher of record for the Go Hawks, swings and foul tips this one off the glove of Colton Reed. Will be fielded by the on-deck batter, Peyton Leonard, for strike 1. 1-1 the count here. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the 5th, tied up at 2. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Hawks. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Waverly Shellrock. Ball downstairs there. We're even out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leonard stands back in. Casey turning and looking at their runner on first base. And now the 1-1 step off first. Sliding back. Yeah, sliding back in is Willis. Leading base thief on this team, 28 of 29 in the stolen base department. The 1-1 on the way. This is a hard hit grounder up the middle past the diving effort of Jared Harris into center field. O'Reilly will get to it and get it in. But now the 4 runners are on first and second with a 1-out single up the middle. Peyton Leonard stands in now.
Yeah, the Waverly Shellrock's top 3 batters. So far they've been on the base 7 out of 8 times. So the top 3 guys have done a tremendous job of getting themselves on base.
Pete McMillan is a courtesy runner again for Leonard at first base. Peyton Leonard, who walked and got a 2 RBI hit his first time up, stands in. The left-handed batter. Leonard takes a strike, outer half, above the knees for strike 1, on the count. Peyton Leonard, the sophomore, his 36th hit in inning number 1. A .297 hitter. Casey checking the runner at second. Now the 1-0. The ball downstairs. Actually, it should be 1-1 now as they put a ball up there for the strike. It should be 1-1. There we go. Getting it corrected. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here 2. Peyton Leonard. 1 down. Leonard's on first and second. The 1-1 from Casey on the way. And it's a ground ball left side, going to get into left field. And being waved around is the runner Willis. He's coming in to throw up the first base line. And the Go Hawks will take the lead on the 1-out single in left field by Peyton Leonard, 3-2 Waverly Shellrock.
Yeah, all 3 RBIs by the number 3 hitter, Peyton Leonard. And he just does a good job. He's a left-hander. That's the second base hit, and they both gone to left field like that. So he does a nice job of going the other direction.
Quarter still one out. For the cleanup hitters, third base.
Luke Willis now stands in. Runners on first and third. So another RBI for Peyton Leonard. 37 now on the season. One out.
Big lead at first.
Woo. There's the ball downstairs. At 1-0 to count. Here to Luke Willis. He flied out to Waller in the first. Rounded out into a double play to end the third. They went all the way from Casey. This is ripped over the head of Jared Bosch into center field. One more run will score. It'll be a one-out RBI single again. This time Luke Willis. And the Go Hawks lead by 2 now, 4-2.
And in the walks, 2 out of the 4 runs have gotten on and scored via the walk, and it kind of got this thing going. Got a fly out to begin the inning, but then that one-out walk, and then back-to-back singles and scored 2 runs here in this bottom of the 5th inning for the Go Hawks.
Hayden Dewey 0 for 2. Strike out his first time. A fly out to right is last in the 4th. Runners on first and second, 1 down. They've scored 2, and there's a bunt. He punts it back into the netting behind home plate as it bounces on the turf back there in front of the padded brick wall for strike 1. On 1 to count with 1 down. 2 runs have scored here for Waverly Shellrock. At the bottom of this 5th inning, they lead now 4-2. 3 hits in a row after a fly out and a walk. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes now. Here to Caden Dewey, the center fielder. One of the 8 sophomores on the squad for Coach Clunder and the Go Hawks. As the 0-2 upstairs. Nice jumping effort there by Colton Reed, saving that one from going to the backstop netting on the fly. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here with 1 away. Dewey, the 5th, check that, 6th batter in this inning. A 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for out number 2. As it brings up Carson Kellenberger now. Kellenberger
2 on, 2 out.
had a killer's choice, stranded in the first as he pops out to Reed in foul ground his last time in the 4th. Stands in here with 2 outs, 2 on, first and second, 4-2 the Go Hawk advantage. A throw back to second. Werner is there, diving back in head first is the runner Leonard. Casey will face Kellenberger here. And this one is ripped left side, going to be past Harris, who is over towards second, into left field to throw in up the first base line again, sliding in safely is the Go Hawk player. 5-2, and a runner coming home and not able to get the ball is Reed. Reed was trying to make a play at first, getting the runner, and a run scores. It's 6-2, just like that. Almost had the runners easier put the tag on, but his hand was in, says the first base umpire. And the Hawks give up 2 more runs. It's 6-2.
Yeah, they just caught the Hawks right there. Did a nice job. Base hit out to the outfield. Throw from left field up that line again, so the run scored easy. Then the runner around him first went out there, and Colton Reed threw it down there. Close play at first, but then nobody really covered home, so the runner third decided to try it. And then nobody really covering back home by the time he got back there, not in time.
4 runs have scored. 6-2, Go Hawks. Jeremy Chaplin standing in. He's 1 for 2. Flew out in the second. Got a hit to left field in the 4th. 2 down, a runner on first base. The 8th batter in this inning, Jeremy Chaplin standing in. There's a strike. Right over the middle of the dish for strike 2, 0-2 the count. We've had a fly out, a walk, 3 hits in a row to the outfield, a strikeout swinging, and then another hit to the outfield in this inning. They've scored 4. The 0-2 upstairs. Just high there for ball 1. It's 1-2 the count. Here to Jeremy Champlin. Casey checking the runner. Now the 1-2 on the way in the turf. Runner goes. He got a great jump and was there. Reed wisely hung on to it that time.
Yeah, he just got kind of that walking lead there. The runner, these are not really holding him very close at first, and the runner identified that, just kind of took a walking lead, didn't really look over, so he took off.
And the 2-2 on the way. There is a strike in the inside corner at the knees. And the backwards K there for out number 3. As we go to the 6th inning. 4 runs for Waverly Shellrock. They lead this game now by 4, 6-2. We're back after this from KMCH Sports. Back in Waverly, Hawks now down 6-2 in this game. Top of inning number 6. 3, 4, 5, Harris, Casey, and Zeezer. For the Go Hawks in that bottom of inning number 5, they scored 4 times on 4 hits. 1 runner left on base. Through 5 now, 6 runs, 7 hits, and 4 runners stranded. There's another chopper left side off the bat of Jared Harris for strike 2, 0-2 the count. For the Hawks through 5 innings, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 defensive error for Waverly Shellrock, and 3 runners left on. The 0-2 on the way to Harris. It's a slow grounder left side. Third baseman has it. Up and over. Gets his man. Nice stretch by the first baseman, Chaplin. Chaplin hauls it in for the ground out to the third baseman for out number 1. Brings up Nick Casey now. He is 0 for 2. He's swinging strikeouts in the 1st and 4th inning.
Hawks got to have some base runners here. Can't score all 4 of them until you get some base runners on.
They've come back before, most recently Monday night by 4 runs. They scored 4. They're down 3 going into the 7th. Come back to win that one against Decorah, 5-4. There's a ball gets past the catcher to the backstop. 1-0 the count here to Nick Casey. It's an update from Cedar Rapids Prairie. The Western Dubuque Bobcats all over the 3rd-ranked Prairie Hawks. 8-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning now. Down in Lynn County tonight. 2 balls and no strikes. Here to Casey. There is a ball, misses the zone. For ball 3, 3-0. Casey stands back in and takes ball 4. That was above the Leathers for ball 4. Leonard allows the 1-out walk, and the Hawks trying to get something out of it here. Hunter Zeezer will stand in. Zeezer with a hit to center, his last time of the 4th. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time in inning number 2. Stands in here with 1 on, 1 out, 6-2, Waverly Shellrock. Top of inning number 6. This one is chopped left side foul. Coach Lawler will field it outside the third base coach's box.
And having a lefty on the mound there, the Hawks, they just don't get as big a lead here. And it's tough. I've done it before. It's tough to get a good lead with a lefty staring right at you.
The 0-1, and ball in the dirt for ball 1. We're even now 1-1 the count. Nick Casey. on first base. Zeeser standing in here. And a swing and a miss. For strike two, 1-2 the count. Here to Zeeser. Cole Engel waiting on deck for the Hawks. One down here. And the 1-2 on the way. Off speed, inside, corner, above the knees, strike three. The looking strikeout retires Zeeser for out number two.
Ninth strikeout of the game now by Brady Leonard. Throws him on that one.
4 of the 9 have been the looking variety and throw over. So first baseman Chaplin had to go avoid Casey and get that ball before it went behind him. Engel standing in with a runner on first and 2 down. He grounds this one left side. Shortstop Kellenberger is there. Force out for out number 3 at second base. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 6-2 in favor of Waverly Shellrock. Back after this from KMCH Sports. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning now. 6-2 still in favor of Waverly Shellrock. New pitcher is Logan Woolard. He comes in relief of Nick Casey, who went 5 innings. Woolard, the freshman, in his 3rd appearance, he's got a 2-2 record, 32 innings pitched. He's given up 27 hits, 16 runs, 9 earned runs, a 1.97 ERA. He's walked 7, hit 6, struck out 14. Opponents are hitting 218. This one's fouled to the net behind home plate off the bat of Carter Lengrek. As Lengrek leads things off here in the last of the 6th inning, he's 0 for 2. Struck out swinging back in the 2nd, flew out to right in the 4th. And the 0-1 from Woolard is a ball inside off the plate. The ball 1. And we're even now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hawks trail this game by 4, 6-2. So this one skied right side. Should get out of play. Gives it a little over towards the fence, and it will go on a play for foul ball, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Carter Lengrek. And the last of the 6th inning. A 4-run lead for Waverly Shellrock, trying to get back to the state tournament for the 3rd time in the past 5 seasons. And there's a bouncing ball left side. Harris has it deep in the hole. Nice throw. Zeeser on the return end. Harris to Zeeser, 6-3 ground out number 1. Brings up Connor Havlovic now. Havlovic, the DH, is 0 for 2. 2 flyouts to the outfield to Woolard in right, his first time in the 2nd. To O'Reilly in center, his last time in the 5th. Stands in here with 1 out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and a off-speed pitch, grounded left side. Harris has it, up and over, and hitting it is Caesar for the 6-3 ground out. Out number 2.
Nice job of throwing some strikes. And he's getting a little breaking ball, keeping it down in there, and they're beating it down into the ground. 2 nice plays at shortstop by Harris.
Top of the order, and Ryan Willis here. He scored 2 of the 6 runs, 1 of the first, and 1 his last time in the 5th after walking. Off-speed pitch there. 1 outside for strike 1. 0-1 to count here to Willis. As there's a ball hit left side. Left fielder Engel getting to it. Will get it in. The runner trying to get there. And safe as a call. Could not get the tag before the hand came in. Werner, a sweep tag. Bobbled it out there. Did Engel. You going with the single in the air, or you going with the double?
I went with double. He didn't hesitate around here. I think he was going to up by 4. I think he wanted to get himself in scoring position. I was watching the runner. I didn't watch what
there was a bobble out there. I'm not sure if he turns the corner and goes. If the bobber was hit deep into left field towards the line. As we'll see what they do. Official score, they've given the hit too, right?
They put a hit, but not an error yet.
Not an error.
They probably called it a double.
Willis will get the second on that 2-out double.
You got it, Logan.
That brings up Brady Leonard. Leonard got a hit his last time up and scored. He scored twice in this game. Been on base every time. This is a ball outside and low. The ball 1. 1-0 the count. Here to Brady Leonard, the pitcher of record. We'll see if they try to finish this one out. As there's a ball outside and low. For ball 2, 2-0 the count. Runner on second, getting a lead is Willis. The 2-0, and there's a strike, thigh high on the inside corner. For strike 1, 2-1 the count here. 3-1 is the count, I should say. Got it corrected on the scoreboard. Long look in, Waller ready. The 3-1 offering is swung on and missed for strike 2. We're full down, 3 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 down, runner on second. 6-2, Waverly Shellrock leads this game with the last of the 6th inning. Waller set and the 3-2 pitch. Down and out, ball 4. And Leonard takes the 2-out base on balls.
2 out.
Runners on first and second. It brings up Peyton Leonard now.
Yeah, Brady Leonard, he's the pitcher, and he's been on base all 4 times. Walked twice, hit by a pitch, and a single, so he's done a tremendous job of helping himself.
That's sent to the plate. Right fielder
and their top 3 guys.
And Leonard.
11 times on up to bat, 10 times on base. So their top 3 guys have really set the table for this offense for Waverly Shellrock tonight.
2 down, runners on first and second. Leonard swings, and this is way ahead of that one, as it's taken a little bit for these Vinchelsburg batters to get the difference of Casey. Throws harder than Waller. There's a ground ball right side. Diving effort by Caesar from a seated position. Throws on and got his man. Retired is Leonard on the tremendous diving play by Caesar. Great coverage by Waller. The 3-1 put out for out number 3. And we go to the 7th. Still 6-2 Waverly Shellrock. Back after this from KMC Sports. Back in, top of seventh inning is here. Jared Voss bounces this one right side. Ryan Willis, the second baseman, fields it and throws to Champlin. 4-3 ground out number one. The Hawks are down their final 2 outs, trying to get their second comeback in a row to win their second postseason game in a row. As they were able to do it in the seventh inning on Monday night in Decorah against the Vikings, down 4-1. They scored 4 and won 5-4 in that game. Here they trail by 4. 6-2. Colton Reed stands in here. Takes a strike of the knees on the outside corner. The Hawks with just 2 runs in this game. 1 in the first and 1 in the third. They've been stifled by the left hand of Mr. Leonard with just 3 hits. 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Well, bumps at the backstop there, evens up the count at 1-1. Waverly Shellrock able to get 2 runs in the first and 4 in the fifth. They lead this game 6-2. Last check in the fifth inning was 8-0 Western Dubuque over Cedar Rapids Prairie, the third-ranked team in Class 4A in Cedar Rapids tonight. There's a neck-high fastball outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike here to the senior catcher, Colton Reed. 1 out. Here on the top of the seventh inning. Hawks need 4 runs to keep their season alive. There's a ball that almost clips the legs of Reed. He leans back out of the way out of that one. It bounces to the backstop for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Last check from Solon midway through that game. It was 2-0 Spartans over Fairfield tonight. Other Womack team. No check, no update from the Central DeWitt game yet. There's a strike, thigh high, outer half. Reed held back on him, took it for strike 2. It's full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's number 8 batter, Colton Reed. 1 official at bat tonight. He struck out swinging back in the third. He walked his last time in the fifth. 3-2 here, swung on. Down and in pitch. Went after it, came up empty, and the Hawks are down to their final out. And Trevor O'Reilly standing in. The senior will try to keep his team season alive here. He got a hit and scored in the third. He struck out swinging his last time in the fifth. 2 away, top of inning 7. 6-2, Waverly Shellrock. On the verge of beating the Hawks for the third time in the past 5 seasons to get to the state tournament in Des Moines. The 1-0 is inside off the plate for ball 2. 2-0 the count. There's the ball bouncing downstairs. 3-0. 5 trips all time for Waverly Shellrock. Their first back in 1948. They went there in 1977, 0-1. 14 and 15 when they beat the Hawks. They won the state title in 2015. A 4-4 all-time state record. He's swinging a miss here for strike 1. 3-1 the count to Trevor O'Reilly. The Hawks have been there 7 times. They have a 7-6 mark at state. Their first was back in 1996. Their last was in 2008. Of course, they're runner-ups in 01 and champions in 07. That looked like a ball rolling inside, and now the veteran umpire will not take O'Reilly talking back to him there as O'Reilly thought it was ball 4, which it looked like it was, down and in. He gave a what the heck was that to the umpire, and Bill Boyd almost came after him. And there's a swing and a miss, and that's the game. O'Reilly swings and misses the strikeout, and Waverly Shellrock gets the victory here in this game as they head to Principal Park in Des Moines. Third time in 5 seasons, the Hawks are denied of their first trip since 2008. The final, Waverly Shellrock 6, West Delaware 2. Our postgame is next. This is West Delaware Baseball from KMCH Sports. Back into Waverly at Hurdle Field here on the campus of Wartburg College. As the West Delaware Hawks fall and end their season and one tie. Their non-conference mark ends at 5-4-1. Their road record of 12-5-1. As Waverly Shellrock moves on with a mark of 33-7. In their 40th game tonight, they get their 19th home win. And their final game of their home diamond this year. And they're 19-3 in non-conference games as well. Now 5-3 against ranked opponents as the Hawks fell to 5-5 against ranked opposition. As the Hawks drop this one 6-2, the third time in 5 seasons that Waverly Shellrock have celebrated to go to the state. And the Hawks have to suffer the bitter taste and watch the Go Hawks celebrate. And now the series dating back to 2011 belongs to the Go Hawks. They've won 5 now, 5-4 in the last 9 meetings since 2011. And here they are now 4-1. Their first loss here against Waverly Shellrock came in the biggest game that they played here, as those first 2 substates in 14 and 15 were in Irvine. This is a tough sight. The Hawks, especially those seniors, those 8 seniors, hate to see it over. They had dreams of being the first team to get back to the state tournament since 2008 and the 18 ever in West Delaware baseball history. But Billy, it wasn't meant to be tonight.
No, and, you know, we had a great game through the first 4.5 innings, 2-2 contest. But then at the bottom of the 5th inning, just kind of got away from the Hawks there a little bit, gave up 4 hits and a walk kind of mixed in with that. But credit Waverly, they did what they needed to do, especially at the top of their order.
As we will take a quick timeout, and Nate Lawyer will join us next in the postgame. We're back after this from KMCH Sports. Back into Hurdle Field here in Waverly. John Swisher, Bill Logan, joined now by Nate Lahr, the fine head coach of the West Delaware Hawks, wrapping up his 5th season, unfortunately, here tonight, as the Hawks drop to Waverly Shellrock by the score of 6-2. As a great start in this game for your team. Got out on the board. Benny Ridenauer coming in on the Jared Harris RBI sack fly, so out 1-0. They came back with 2 and just never able to get the bats going consistently against the fine lefty Leonard here tonight.
Yeah, you know, they were better than us tonight. Their kid on the mound did a really good job of mixing his pitches. And what I was really impressed of him with is he would fall behind a lot of our guys, but was able to work back to even counts. I mean, we had a lot of 2-0 opportunities where he was able to get back in the count, and we didn't do a good enough job of hitting that 2-0 pitch or things like that. So tip our hats to him. He was better tonight.
And defensively, a great job by your team as that 5th inning came. 3 hits in a row, then 4 total hits in that inning. They just hit the ball where you weren't.
Yeah, you know, the top of their order did a really good job, and we're on base a lot tonight. I mean, Nick struggled a little bit finding that second pitch consistently, and they kind of made us pay in that regard. So, again, hats off to them for being ready to go. But, yeah, our defense, man, we had some big plays to keep us in that game. I mean, like I said, those guys were getting on base a lot, and we had a couple double plays that were really big to keep that game close.
And as a lot of games go, we just saw it at Decorah the other night. Sometimes you hate to see a 7-inning contest boil down to 1 inning, but that seems like how a lot of games go. And for the first 4 innings, that was a great game, 2-2, and it just kind of got away. They got a couple of, and not that they were hard hit balls, but they just kind of hit them in right spots where we weren't. 4 hits and a walk, and they got the 4 spot.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to defend. We can't put guys everywhere, and they were really aggressive when they did get guys on, going from first to third and scoring on base hits when they're at second base. So, I mean, that's what we had tonight.
Tough way to end it here tonight, 6-2. Waverly Shellrock. You say goodbye to those 8 seniors as they were frustrated and the way things ended. Of course, whenever you end a high school sports season, you're going to be. And those 8 seniors who have meant a lot to the program the last couple of years, as you'll say goodbye to them appropriately here at the banquet in a few weeks. But here tonight, it hurts.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's not a great way to go out of this, especially with being your last opportunity to compete as a high schooler other than on top at Principal Park. And only one team gets to do that a year. So it's just the way it goes. But, man, those 8 guys have really led this program to a great place right now. I mean, we talked about a little bit afterwards about how they just take these younger guys with them. I mean, there's no, distancing themselves from 8th, 9th graders. They're just one big group, and it's been that way since January when we first had our first meeting. So I can't thank those guys, and I'm so proud of their effort all year long.
Yes, indeed. Getting to the 13th Substate, winning 26 games, definitely making their mark on this program, and no one can ever take that away from them.
Yeah, they left a great mark this year. They were the only team, I think, in the WAMAC to beat every single school in the WAMAC, so that's quite an accomplishment with our conference the way it was this year. And they did a lot of great things this season, but more than that, just the kind of people that they are. Touched on that a little bit, how they carried some of our younger guys, but to see them having fun after practice, playing a little fungo golf, things like that, where it's not just a couple seniors and then juniors are kind of segregated. It's 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th graders all together doing those things and really enjoying their time with each other and growing as those relationships. So that's awesome.
Yes, indeed. Now the off season, those younger kids got some great experience, and some of those younger kids with the Jared Vosses, the Logan Wollards, the Benny Ridenauers, who's a junior, going to be senior leader now next year, just to name a few. A good experience learning from those seniors this past year.
Absolutely. Replacing 8 guys, that's a tall task, no doubt about it. And 8 guys like that, what we've got this year, it's going to be really difficult to replace the character piece and the pieces on the field. But, yeah, some of those young guys coming back, it was a great experience for them, I hope. I hope that gets them a little hungry and do some work this offseason to try to improve their game so that they're even better coming January, February when we can get going next year.
Yes, indeed. All right. Appreciate your time as always. Great to cover your team in your 5th season, and good luck in the offseason.
Thanks, guys. I got to go. My daughter's climbing the rail.
You betcha. Nate Lahr as the head coach of the Hawks, and he's going to get to her and make sure she's okay.
She's smiling. Yeah, no problem, Dad.
She was running away and climbing the railing. Never had that before on live radio. As thankfully she's all right. As Nate Lahr carries his little sweetie away, and yeah, that's how we will end up here. Thankfully she's okay as this Hawks baseball team ends their season at 26-11. And 1, as Coach Lahr said, beating every team at least once in the conference. 21-7, 3rd place in the WAMAC conference overall. They were 4th place in the East Side with a 7-5 record. As Coach Nate Lahr, the 29-year-old, wraps up his 5th season, 135 wins, 52 losses now, and 1 tie. As best of luck to B.J. Hermson, the 2008 graduate, the assistant coach for Coach Clunder and Waverly Shellrock, as they get back to the state tournament, 6th time in school program history, the 3rd time in the past 5 seasons, and all 3 beating the Hawks and Substate finals. As we'll take one more break, we'll come back and wrap it all up here from Hurdle Field. Back into this KMCH Sports. Welcome back into Hurdle Field. Our final time now to wrap this one up. Last check from Cedar Rapids Prairie, 8-0. Bottom of the 6th inning. Western Dubuque looks like they'll be one of 2 area coverage teams to represent. Unfortunately, our third won't be the West Delaware Hawks as they fall to Waverly Shellrock here tonight by the score of 6-2. As the Hawks end out the season and say goodbye to the seniors. Colton Reed, Dylan Linderwell, Daniel Meisner, also Dunstan Werner, Trevor O'Reilly, Jared Harris, Cole Engel, and Hunter Caesar. Those 8 seniors, congratulations on a fine season, and the best of luck to all those seniors as they will continue on in their lives after high school sports, but playing their final ever high school athletics here tonight in the orange and black. It definitely stings a little bit right now. And the days ahead will take that sting away as they venture into other things. College for most of them. Marines, as we talk about for Colton Reed. But what a good group. And you just didn't know going into the season where the expectations were on this team. And I think a lot of them would take it, a Substate appearance and 26 wins and doing what they did in the WAMAC Conference, coming up third behind teams like Western Dubuque and Solon, both on the verge of state tournament appearances tonight, and both may be in by right now, as Solon was leading last check. Western Dubuque had the commanding lead, so those are 2 state tournament teams, and the Hawks were right there this year.
Yeah, and tremendous job. You know, I can't say enough about those 8 seniors. I've been watching those kids since they were this little out here, and they've just done a tremendous job. You know, collectively, they're just a great group of kids. Coach Lahr hit on it multiple times this year about how they just kind of take those 8th and 9th graders under their wing, and they don't care whether 8th and 9th graders or whether juniors or seniors. You know, they're a cohesive group. They're a bunch of good kids, and there's 4 of them going to go on and play college baseball. You know, so that says a little something about the program, about what they've done as worked hard enough to be able to get to college and further their athletic careers playing baseball. And Colton Reed would have been a 5th one, but he decided to go to the Marines instead. So great decision by him, you know, and good luck to him and thanks for his service. But, you know, great job by these kids. And, you know, nobody really stands out, you know, too much. It's just kind of a collective group of just some good kids.
Yes, indeed. As the West Delaware Hawks baseball team in the program competing in their 13th Substate game, now the record at 7-6 overall, the night of their 8th trip to the state tournament as the Hawks fall 6-2 to Waverly Shellrock here tonight. As best of luck to Waverly Shellrock once again. Coach B.J. Hermson, the former West Delaware Hawk, former coach the last few years in the program as well, and the 2008 graduate, 2007 teammate on that state championship team with Nate Lahr. We wish him nothing but the best. And head coach Casey Kawander. For the Hawks, the totals in this game, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on. They struck out 11 times against Mr. Leonard, 7 swinging, 4 looking, 2 walks, and 1 hit batter. For Waverly Shellrock, victorious as they improved their record to 33-7 on the season. The Go Hawks had 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 6 runners left on. They struck out 4 times against the pitching of Casey and Woolard, 3 swinging, 1 looking, and walked 4 times and hit by a pitch once in a game that lasted 1 hour and 34 minutes here tonight at Hurdle Field on the campus of Wartburg College in Waverly. Thanks to the great hospitality here, Dave Litterer, the fine AD of Waverly Shellrock High School, the brother of West Delaware teacher and wrestling coach Scott Litterer. Always appreciate seeing Dave. What a nice guy, always welcoming, and goes out of his way to accommodate us. He's one of the finest ADs around in that fashion for sure. So we appreciate Dave for helping us out here, as always, when we come to Waverly Shellrock to cover high school athletics. I want to thank our fine sponsors, all 50 of our sports boosters and our extra postseason baseball and softball sponsors, including Pets Aloud, Cy and Charlie's, Bank Iowa, Payless Foods in Dyersville, Beansbender Manufacturing, Pike County Disposal, also Monenkamp Murdoch, Clifton Murdoch Funeral Homes, Edgewood Feed Mill, Ellis Implement and Outdoor, Financial Strategies, and Dave's Complete Construction, Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply in Monticello, Meyer Mechanical, Nutrient Ag Supply, Pete Small Engine Repair in Monticello, Riker Shoes, and Spring Green Lawn Care. Thanks to all those great sponsors for their support all season and postseason long. As the Bobcats leading 8-0 last check of Western Dubuque, as one of two area teams getting to the state tournament. Hopefully, if they can hang on, Northland is in as the Northland Lynx receiving the 3 seed. They'll play the 1:30 game on Saturday afternoon as they'll take on Remsen of Remsen St. Mary's on Saturday afternoon at 1:30, a rematch of last year's first round game. As Brian Wheatley and I will have all the action for Principal Park on Saturday afternoon for Northland State baseball and the Western Dubukes. If they are Bobcats, if they are able to hang on, they will play at the state tournament, the 73rd state baseball tournament at Principal Park next week. It starts actually Friday and Saturday with a 1A competition in Des Moines. They'll play next Wednesday at either 11, 1:30, 5, or 7:30. First round quarterfinal Class 4A games. That's going to do it tonight. And Bill Logan, another season for us together, our 10th season in the books here as of West Delaware baseball. Maybe we'll meet up in the state tournament if the timing works right, of course. But enjoyed it. Thanks for everything you do for me and the help that you provide. Had fun as always. And here we go into less than a little over a month or so, a month and a half. And it's football season now.
Yeah, clock's ticking. But it's always a great time of the year to get out and enjoy these kids as they come out and watch them compete and just become better kids and citizens. So it's always a fun time to come out and promote high school athletics.
Straight up, 9 o'clock as we sign off for the final time of West Delaware baseball this season. Thanks to all our faithful listeners. Hello to Bismarck, North Dakota, most likely tuning in here today. The family of Jared Harris, and to all those listening back home in the Delaware County area. Hawks fall tonight to the Go Hawks of Waverly Shellrock by the score of 6-2. For in-studio producer Austin West, from our partner Bill Logan, John Swisher saying have yourselves a good and safe rest of your Wednesday night. We'll talk to you again from Principal Park in the morning on Saturday afternoon. So long, everybody, from Waverly, Iowa.